Beep. Beep, beep. 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 That moment when I think maybe I'll upload the test. Alright, anyway. Every International Women's Day, there are inevitably many, many tweets responding to the hashtag International Women's Day with the question, what about International Men's Day? Or why is there no International Men's Day? And Richard fucking Herring, comedian from the 90s, spends every goddamn International Women's Day on Twitter responding to those tweets with the date and sometimes a little snide message to go with it. Hundreds and hundreds of tweets. It's November the 19th, November the 19th, November the 19th. He sat there all day going, ha-ha, you don't know, ha-ha, you don't know, ha-ha, you don't know either. And then International Men's Day rolls around, and what do, Rich? Same thing as the rest of the world. Sweet fuck all. On March the 8th, everyone is trampled by a stampede of love and celebration for women. And on November the 19th, you might send a couple of tweets saying, lol, what? Happy World Toilet Day, everyone. But, you know, in all likelihood, the only thing that will happen on November the 19th is the sun will rise, you will eat something, the sun will go down, and will it have just been November the fucking 19th, indistinguishable in any significant detail from November the 18th or November the 20th. And then March the 8th rolls around again, and you go, ha-ha, you don't know, ha-ha, you don't know about November the 19th, ha-ha, you don't know about the day when nothing happens, ha-ha, you guys are idiots for not knowing about a thing that I don't give a shit about. And you do it all fucking day, Rich, like a soulless goddamn robot. Because you think you're getting one over on them. You think you're achieving a moral victory every time. But I have some horrifying news for you, Rich. I know you think you're doing like the best joke ever. Because it's over and over and over again, but it's still funny. I mean, you think you're doing the Stuart Lee thing, don't you? You're going, yeah, this is how posh comedy works. It's like what Stu does. Just on and on with no change. Yeah, no, Rich. Not at all. Bad hipster. Stop it. You can't do Stu's thing. What you're doing, Rich, is not a joke whatsoever. At least the joke's not on the other people. You're pointing and laughing at people for not celebrating something that you don't celebrate. Except they have an excuse. They don't know when it is. You absolutely do know when it is. You've written that date out hundreds of times, but you still do sweet fuck all on November the 19th. I don't think you'll ever countenance what a complete dick you're being, Rich. The point of every one of those tweets is, hey, it feels like men are under-celebrated. And your response every time is, what about that day in November that no one celebrates? I'm struggling to think of an analogue here, Rich, because it's so fucked. But we'll go with Oliver Twist. It's like every boy in the orphanage approaches you one at a time to hold his empty bowl out and say, please, sir, can I have something? And your response every time is, you already have some. It's over there at the end of table 19. And there's nothing at the end of table 19 except a pile of human shit. Actually, fuck it, Rich. Your reaction is just to take a shit in each bowl and then wank into the child's face. Kick him away. You actually appear to have that much shit and wank in your body. And I've let this slide every year so far, thinking, okay, this joke will be over soon, surely. Maybe people will eventually learn when International Men's Day is. And hey, here's a fucking weird idea. Maybe they'll start celebrating it. Maybe it'll happen the other way around, yeah? But this year, I took a gander at Twitter to see Ricky Gervais proudly pinning the tweet. It's hashtag International Women's Day, don't embarrass yourself by asking why there's no International Men's Day. There is, November the 19th. You're welcome. Yeah, you're an embarrassment if you don't know that thing that no one fucking knows. You should all be ashamed of yourselves for not knowing something that I didn't even fucking know until recently, and still don't do a fucking thing to even acknowledge on the actual date. Ricky, mate, I never thought I'd see the day when you'd be years behind Richard Herring on a routine. I call it a routine rather than a joke because it's not a joke. You are. These people are not guilty of anything except failing to hear something that was not said. But you are guilty of hypocrisy. To a quite astonishing degree. You are the embarrassment. Both of you. I remember that Monggate debacle from a few years ago. You two had something of a falling out over the word Mong, didn't you? Ricky wants to be able to say what he likes, and Rich would rather he didn't. Or at least Rich thinks Mong is an embarrassing thing to say. But I'm glad you found an issue you can come together on. Hey everyone, aren't men embarrassing for not understanding the magnitude of their uncelebration? I thought of an analogy. Fuck, it's quite a good one actually. Alright, picture the scene. It's typical sort of suburban scene. A 9-year-old boy with a rather sad face comes lolloping up to his father and says, "Daddy, when's my birthday?" Digest that scene for a bit, unpack what's happening there, yeah? Now imagine the father barely lowering his newspaper to go, "Pah, you don't even know when your birthday is. It's November the 19th. Well, Daddy, no one told me and we've never celebrated it." Oh, shut up, you embarrassing little shit. Yeah, that's what he'd do if he were Ricky Gervais. If he were Richard Herring, he'd ritually go to an orphanage every year on his wife's birthday and tell every kid, "You don't know when your birthday is, idiot. You don't know when your birthday is, wanker. You don't know when your birthday is. Why, you self-obsessed little foxpoon. Piss off. You don't know when your birthday is. Here, hold my dick." Yeah, this is the state of British comedy, everyone. This is what's happening. I miss the days of dick jokes. I really do. Ricky, this was a glitch. Sort it out, mate. I know you can do better. Rich, you're a turd. You're a nasty little turd, and I think you always have been. I like your podcast. You have some great guests, but you really should let them speak. It's quite obvious at this point that Stu was the comedian and you were the networker. Keep up the good work in that department, but, mate, shitting on orphans and wanking in their faces is not comedy. You must know that. You won't reach a magic number, like when you've shat on 2,047 orphans, it suddenly becomes funny. No, Rich, it's not going to happen. Everyone's just worried about you now. Instead of calling people idiots for not knowing when International Men's Day is, try actually celebrating it. Like you're doing now. Yeah, happy International Women's Day, everyone. Fight the good fight against the authoritarians who would have you silenced. Toodle fuck, y'all. Be happy or be funny. Excuse me.